If you're going through a divorce, the last thing you want is for it to drag on longer than it has to. And yet, some of the most common delays in a divorce case are completely avoidable. Today, I'm going to walk you through 3 things that can slow your case down, sometimes by months, and what you can do about each one. I'm Lisa Angel, board certified family law attorney and the managing attorney at the Rosen Law firm. We help people in Raleigh, Durham, Cary, and Chapel Hill navigate divorce, especially when there's a lot at stake. Whether you're just starting out or in the middle of the process, these 3 mistakes are the ones I see slow cases down all the time. Let's get into it. The first thing that delays divorces, not getting your financial documents together and not doing it quickly. Here's what happens in almost every divorce. Both sides are going to be required to exchange financial information, tax returns, bank statements, retirement statements, mortgages. This process is called financial disclosure, and most of the time it's not optional. The problem is a lot of people underestimate how long it takes to pull all of this together. They wait until their attorney asks for something, then realize they don't have access to a certain account, or they haven't filed the taxes in 2 years, or they need records going back 5 years. Every delay in producing documents is a delay in your case. And when one side is slow or the other side is being deliberately uncooperative, attorneys have to file motions, judges have to get involved, and your timeline stretches out. Here's what I tell a client from day one. Start gathering your financial documents now, even before your first attorney consultation. Pull your last 3 years of tax returns, download bank statements, investment brokerage statements. Know where your retirement accounts are and what's in them. And if you own a business, start organizing your records. The more prepared you are, the faster your case can move. Time is money in a divorce, and I mean that literally. The second thing that delays divorce, assuming your spouse is going to settle when they're not. This one catches people off guard more than almost anything else. You might be completely ready to negotiate. You might be reasonable, cooperative, and just wanting to get this done. But a divorce only settles when both people are willing and able to reach an agreement. And sometimes your spouse isn't there yet. Maybe they're still emotionally processing the end of the marriage. Maybe they have a different attorney who's pushing for litigation. Or maybe there are disagreements about the value of assets, especially if a business or real estate is involved. Maybe they're using delay as a tactic. When people come into a divorce assuming it'll settle quickly and it doesn't, they're often really blindsided. They haven't mentally prepared for a contested case, and they haven't gotten their attorney the information needed to build a strong litigation strategy. So here's what I want you to take from this. Hope for settlement, but plan for court. A good family law attorney will pursue the most efficient resolution possible, but we're also going to make sure you're protected if court has to happen. Don't let optimism be the reason you're unprepared. And if you're dealing with a high conflict spouse, a significant estate, or a business valuation dispute, talk to the attorney early about what litigation looks like. You don't want to have that fight, but knowing your options gives you power and helps you to settle. The third thing that delays divorces, waiting too long to talk to an attorney or trying to handle it without one. I understand the instinct. Attorneys cost money, and you might think your situation is simple or you want to try things out differently with your spouse before involving lawyers. And I've heard all of that. But here's what I see happen when people wait. They make decisions early in the process, sometimes in informal conversations with their spouse, sometimes even in text messages that they later regret. Property gets divided informally. One spouse loses out and loses leverage. Retirement accounts that should have been included in the marital estate aren't addressed. A business that was started during the marriage is not addressed when it should be. By the time someone comes to me after all of that, untangling it can take months. Sometimes certain rights have been waived. The case that could have been resolved in 30 days is now a long battle. The other thing I'll say about this, even if you do want to negotiate directly with your spouse, you should understand your rights before you do. Know what you're entitled to. Know what the law says about property division, spousal support, and child custody. Walk into any negotiation with your eyes open. An early consultation, even before you've decided what you're doing, can save you thousands of dollars and months of time down the road. So to recap, get your documents organized early. Don't assume your spouse will settle. And don't wait too long to get legal advice. These three things alone can be the difference between a case that moves efficiently and one that drags on for a year. If you have questions about your specific situation, I encourage you to reach out to our team at Rosen. We offer consultations at all of our offices across the Triangle, Raleigh, Durham, Cary, and Chapel Hill. And you can find the link in the description below to schedule a time to talk. If you found this helpful, please subscribe. We post new videos every week covering the questions we hear most frequently from people going through divorce in North Carolina. I'll see you in the next one.